and loss have shaped me this year in quite a surprising way. In fact, it's been almost as if someone's given me a new set of glasses to wear, and they have coloured all my experiences. And the ground beneath my feet has felt like it's shifted, and everything around me has looked and felt different. Grief does change how you see things. Just over a year ago now, my mum was diagnosed with secondary cancer, and 40 days later, exactly, she died. A few months after that, my grandma passed away as well, and suddenly I was the oldest female in my family. At the age of 40, that felt far too young. It was too soon. I didn't realise that I was meant to write a book on grief this year. I journaled a lot of the things that I was thinking and the stuff that I was learning. And one day I suddenly realised that I was never going to find a book that was going to help me in every way that I needed. I realised I was meant to write that book. And Good Grief comes out of those experiences, those blogs, those diary entries that I made, just in the secret places of my heart. The book is not just about coping with the loss of somebody you love. It's also about people who've lost their faith or who've lost their health. It's about people who are coping with change in their lives and how they're doing that walking alongside a God who never gives up on us, a God who never walks away, and a God who is closer than a brother. Grief can be your friend. It's not necessarily an enemy. It's actually possible to have good grief. Grief has been designed by God to help us to deal with some of the hardest things that we go through in life, whether it be losing a friend or a baby, or in my case, a mum and a grandma. Grief can be good if you travel with God. I'm not very good at self-promotion, and it doesn't sit well with me when other people are either. But one thing I've really learned this year is that God has given me real insight into His Word and into an understanding of death that I've never had before. And I have no problem at all in being able to say that every idea in this book actually came from Him. And therefore, I want you to buy the book because it will teach you something fresh about God and about your understanding of eternity and grief that you didn't know before. One of the most amazing things that God has taught me this year is that as a Christian, I haven't lost my mum. I know exactly where she is. She's in heaven. And the beautiful thing about what I believe is that one day I will be reunited with her. I'll see her again. So I haven't lost my mum forever, just for now. And I think for many people going through grief, that's something they need to hear. So rather than buying someone who's gone through loss a £10 bunch of flowers, buy them a £10 book that contains promises and truth and hope.